ready for some girl chat?
Yes.
Me too. It's going to be a fun one. And joining us again and all this week is our very special guest co-host, Miss Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn, are you ready for some girl chat?
I am ready for some girl chat.
Yes,
Always
here we go.
ready.
All right. So, Miss Evelyn, with the holidays coming up, what are your plans this season?
So for Christmas, we usually, we have two, blended families. So for Christmas, we'll be in my home. But for New Year's, we're going to be going to Houston, Texas.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And
When you say your home, where?
home
what
is
state?
Arizona. I know
Okay.
it's super quiet and relaxing, but yes, we're gonna go to Houston for New Year's because they do fireworks and it's this whole big thing.
Nice.
Wow.
And I want my son to experience that, so I feel like he needs to be connected.
Is that
to
where
the
your
holiday.
man is from?
My man is of Houston, Texas. Man.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know. That is awesome.
That's great. I can't wait. I love Houston because, I went to school in Prairie View, so Houston is always, they always down.
What's up, Houston?
That's where Mama Mai lives, too.
Well, speaking of the holidays, one tradition for many families is taking their child to see Santa Claus. And guess what? There's a new Santa at the Mall of America this year, and he's black.
Woo!
According
Yes,
to
he
USA
is.
Today, Larry Jefferson, a retired U.S. Army veteran, has been hired to play Santa at the biggest mall in America. Now, Larry says, it's no big deal. I'm still Santa. I just happen to be a Santa of color. However, not everyone seems to be a fan. One Minnesota newspaper, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, was forced to close the comment section of an article due to racist comments. Now, there's also an online movement to boycott the Mall of America due to their choice of Santa this season. Now, before we go any further, I need for all my viewers, if you have small children in the room, please take them out of the room. I'm going to give you some time. Give you 3 seconds. Get the babies out the room.
Yes.
1.
2, 1.
Okay, we good? We good. We good. Okay?
Earmuffs, people, earmuffs. Come on.
I just
this
want
is
to say,
ridiculous.
first of all, Santa is not real. Okay?
Guys, and even if he was real, why can't he be real for you, for whatever that is to you, whatever that means to you? Why does he only have to come in one color?
No, it's not even about time. It's been needed that we see all races represented.
I think
Where's
that's
my
right.
Asian Santa, my Indian Santa?
No, it's just like when you look at brands, when you look at commercials, when you look at this show, somebody out there needs to see that any race, any sexual orientation, any person can make it. So that right there, Santa to me represents the coolest dad ever. Yo, he takes care of his kids, he makes sure they're happy, he knows what they want, and he also guides them to be their very best. That is any dad in any race.
Exactly. I grew up with a black Santa my whole life. My Papa Joe dresses up as Santa every year. So this is what I've seen.
Yeah.
He's very... Boom. And there he is. That's the Santa I'm used to. Papa Joe, you're an awesome Santa. The kids love him. And again, like you said, it's not so much the physical of Santa. Yes, it's a costume, but it's what he stands for.
Yes.
It's the idea of, being not naughty, but being nice. It's about doing the right things, being generous, giving back, hope and just the whole magic of Santa Claus. It's not about a race thing.
Yes,
No.
and I think we as a country are moving progressively forward.
Yes.
And because of that, there might be that one small group that just doesn't want to let go. They want to still hold on to those, negative, racist thoughts. So, guys, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
It's time to let it go. Let it go and embrace.
My son just went to, he actually went to visit Santa yesterday. And and he was a white Santa, but I will say this, obviously if he was a black Santa, he doesn't know color. And I really think that this is really about the parents.
That's a good point.
That
Not about the kids.
Teaching their kids about color. Because I think even a few years from now, he will never know color. I would never teach him that in our home. So
you guys look at even Barbie. Yo, I had white Barbies when I was growing up because that was who Barbie was. But for a while, I really did think that lighter skin, that build was the only type of beautiful there is out there. Well, guess what? Thank you, Mattel, for recognizing that Barbie is beautiful in all different colors, sizes, and race.
Yeah.
And then it
Then
kicks
they introduced Teresa, the Spanish Barbie.
Yes.
They had an Asian Barbie.
Not until like I
It's
grew
been a
up.
while.
And look at American Girl dolls. Thank
Yeah.
God for American
Yes.
Girl dolls. with
Yes.
So
girls
many
that are
different
coming from
shapes,
story-
colors. Yes.
So how is this the changing
But
time?
you know
that
what,
we get
though?
Santa?
Look, that ain't even a real. That's a light-skinned black Santa. You want a black Santa? Get Wesley Snipes or Tyrese. You know, that's not. That's black.
But I think what you were
for
saying,
it.
Lonnie, I think what you were saying is, spoiler alert again, kids are around. Santa isn't really real. So why are we
Right.
taking this so seriously? If I want my Santa to be blue, I think he should be blue.
Yes.
Right?
I'm not being. There actually really is a Smurf Santa. I'm
See?
just putting it out there.
It
I know there
exists.
is. Yeah, there was freaking Kermit the Frog has been Santa. I don't see
Yeah.
anybody being like, that is not the real Santa.
And-
This is the way it should be.
And Mickey
Relax,
Mouse has been
people.
Santa too.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could even have an Asian Santa. Well, you have to eat a little bit more, but we could have an Asian Santa.
Yeah, we could. But you guys, I love the tradition of going to see Santa. Did any of you guys grow up seeing Santa?
Oh,
Ever
yes.
since
That
I was a
line
little
was
girl.
never too long.
Oh, the line was super duper long. And growing up in New York City, see, that's me and Claude.
Oh, my God, Adrian.
Yes, I went to go see Santa every year at Macy's in New York City. My mom thought she was being real shishi-foo-foo because it was like a big deal. Like she would dress us all up.
really
Guys,
cute.
we are 3 years apart. Why are we not 3 minutes apart? We are just like twins. Why?
Because that's what mamas do.
Yeah, it was
with
easier.
daughters.
It was
Perfect
easier. You just
picture.
buy
Why
the,
does it-
the same outfit.
And guys, I haven't stopped. I still go and visit Santa. This is me last
love
year at
that.
the Grove with Julissa.
Oh, that is awesome.
We still like to go tell Santa what we
And
like.
people need to know that. I mean, we say that he's not real, but
Yes.
he is based on a character.
That is true. Yes.
And that character was Saint
Saint Nick.
Nicholas,
Yes.
who's said to have been born during the 3rd century in the southern coast of Turkey. He was born to very wealthy ethnic black Indo-Europeans, Antonians, I think that's what they call
Yeah,
them.
Antonians, yeah.
Of the ancient Roman Empire. So he might be black.
In real life. Factually,
Just saying.
he might be black.
It's based on a black character. I
Yeah.
would say that, you know.
Yeah.
But then the Coca-Cola Company helped popularize the current image of the white
That's
Santa that you
awesome.
see. In 1931, they began placing ads in magazines that showed what they felt was a realistic and symbolic Santa, which was
Whatever
the jolly white man and
that means.
things like that.
Thank you
So,
to the brands
you know.
who recognize that times have changed. Brands start to reflect this. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
reflect the people that you're trying to reach, too.
There's nowhere
Yes.
you're going
And
in
there's a little bit
America
of
where it's
everything.
one race.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? They rotate the Santas. That's all you got to do. You
Yeah.
gonna have a Hector Santa, a Larry Santa, a
New
Paul
Inn
Santa,
Santa.
a New Inn
That's right.
Santa. We're gonna have all types of Santas, so get used to it.
Hey.
Right?
Keep it up, Mall of America. Now, from Santa to serving, women in this country have always fought hard to have equal rights, from the right to vote to equal pay to the right to serve in the military. And when it comes to the U.S. military, the White House is taking equality one step further. President Obama recently said he supported opening the draft to women. Congress would still have to vote for this to happen, but there currently doesn't seem to be a rush to do so. So this is really interesting because I really wanted to understand, you know, what being drafted meant. Because, you know, obviously we kind of get out of college and we just don't think about that. We start moving into the decisions.
It hasn't really happened in our time.
Yes.
Right. I am pleased because, first of all, as we are constantly talking about how much equality we need between genders, we have to applaud those movements that the White House makes to support that. At the same time, I wonder, for women, if all women would be pleased to know that at any time, if they call upon you,
I don't want to go.
that there are women that don't want to go.
You don't worry. You passed the age,
Right.
so you don't have to.
But
But
you
it's
know
good
what?
to know. So
Right?
let's get the
That's
facts
it, yeah.
out. How old?
I
how
thought
old?
you have to be
18
years old.
Yes.
And in Israel, when you're 18, everybody.
serve.
I know,
they
but then
serve.
now I'm
So
thinking
even
of
if you
my
have
daughter.
children.
Yeah.
Even if you have children.
That's what I'm saying.
But see,
That's scary.
the thing is about the draft is that, you know, if you have a condition, you don't serve. Just like if you're a man, if a man is sick, you have to take a physical, you have to pass. So like if
Oh,
you're
I
a woman
know.
and you're pregnant or something like that, you wouldn't serve.
My mom and dad were in the Army, so that is something, even though obviously they weren't drafted, but that is something that as a child I was always afraid of. I was always afraid that they could go at any time somewhere to fight. So I'm saying, as a mother, I've already got to think of my son, if that happens, and now I got to think of my daughter as well. However, if that is something that they want to do, of course I'm going to support them, but it's still not going to make that easy for me as their mom.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's a natural reaction.
Yeah.
Put
That's me
yourself in
being
that
honest.
position.
Yeah.
If you got called upon, you guys, I get freaked out if I get called upon for jury duty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm such a chicken. I would
That
not.
is so real.
No,
That's
I
what
would
I'm saying.
not. I'm like, why me? So
Yeah, but you can't have gender equality. And
I know,
you
that's
can't,
what I'm saying.
That's
true.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Now, obviously, people's concerns are that women would be going to the front lines right along with men fighting
Dang.
exactly the same way. Now, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like that sounds terrible. I applaud this, you guys. I know that sounds, some people may be like, why? Again, if you're gonna go for gender equality and say that we wanna be equal, you have to do it across the board.
I agree with
You have
that.
to graciously accept it.
And I'm just saying, some may say, okay, well, women and men are built very differently. You know, well, how is that gonna work? I'm just gonna put this out there. I went to Colorado this summer and hung out with Jeannie and her husband. It was my first time ever picking up a rifle and shooting. You guys, I was the most precise.
Yes. No.
My first
this is
time
real.
ever as a woman. We
Yes.
are precise.
Yes.
My shot was on point.
Adrian had never picked up a rifle
Never.
before. Freddie had target practices just to kind of
same
learn.
for me.
And there was about
Go.
maybe 15 people, men, women of all different ages. Adrian shot the most accurate and highest out of all
Yeah,
of
but
us.
I wouldn't want
And
her
the
in
men.
war, though.
I know.
Actually, you would. I'm a sniper. You don't even know it.
Okay, are you ready for this?
What are you talking about?
No, are you ready for this?
I'm the little girl. I'm the little girl. And it gets
At the
deeper.
same time.
It gets deeper.
So then we played paintball. And the way my husband plays paintball is for real. So it's like behind rocks, in trees. Yo, guess who brought the flag home and won for her entire team? The standing lone soldier right there.
Our 411.
You guys remember?
411.
Do you remember back in World War II, most of the men were fighting, and who was building the planes and building the ships when they were out there? Women.
What do you
That's
think
where
about this?
Yes.
I think, I'm selfish, and I have a 23-year-old daughter, and I would be like, hell
Yeah,
no,
that's
what are you
real.
doing? So I understand what she's saying, but just because, I have a daughter that's 23, I can't even imagine sending her off if she wanted to. I
Yep.
would be crying every day because I cry every day. And that, I would be just so worried.
Yeah,
the whole
I
time.
know.
Like, why do I want to do that to
Why,
myself?
my niña?
My firstborn, yeah.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, first of all, you was playing a game, Munchkin. Okay, we're talking about
That's
real
true,
life.
but
we're
I'm
talking about
saying
real
we
life.
could do
Her
it.
skill set.
You could do it if you focus, but I just would be worried about you because you would be on the phone at the front line.
No,
and Instagram and taking pics.
Hey, man, my life is on the line.
Okay.
She's
But,
taking
okay,
an
can I-
Instagram on the front line.
Selfie.
She's like,
Okay, I was there. She was mad focused, y'all.
I
There
got
was
Freddie in the face by accident.
She shot my husband in the face
I will
behind a
tell you
paintball
this.
mask, and she got him, and he was like, no, she didn't.
Adrian, so my husband took me,
To a gun range?
to gun range, and I didn't want to go. I didn't like the way it felt, and they gave me a lady gun. And a lady gun, the little small little things, and I was just shooting all over
what
the
was
place.
that, a 22?
I don't even know what it was. It was just small, and I was like, what is this? I don't like this. Then they gave
what she
me
said.
the real gun. Guess who shot the
Women-
best out of all the men in the room?
Our
It
skill
was
set as
him.
women, don't underestimate us.
But do I want to be on the front line?
Nah.
No.
I know.
I think that they're saying, hey, if we're talking about you ladies want to be equal and everything, my thing is if you're going to have them drafted, make sure they get paid like the men as well. That's important. It's just the point of we're trying to fight for equality. We're saying it. So this is another aspect that we have to realize. And there are other countries that's doing it, and maybe one day we're going to have to do it too if we're saying we're equal. That's it.
Well,
Hopefully it takes
don't
time to get there.
underestimate me, Lonnie. I might be out there on the front lines.